Hi there, my lovelies. This is Jana here. Welcome to my kitchen. So today I have a surprise for you. Do you remember a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months? I don't remember. We had made a spinach bowl that it was super simple and you guys loved it so much. So I decided to repeat using different vegetables, which is a zucchini and carrots, like everyday ingredients, very easy to find, and recreate something similar but better, if that's possible. So we're going to start the recipe by browning some onions because they always taste better when we saute them. Why? Because this way they caramelize. When the onions are golden, we're going to add the carrots and zucchini, to which I have grated. And then we're going to add some salt to make the vegetables sweat and release all the water. This way they're going to brown faster and they're not going to be left with some extra unwanted liquids in our recipe. And then we're going to add some bread in a bowl, any kind of bread, okay? And we're going to add some unsweetened plant-based milk. Now we're going to mash it and wait for about 5 minutes so the bread soaks up all the milk. But listen, every time I make a savory recipe here and every time I use a milk, it's always plant-based and it's always unsweetened. Because let me explain you something. Although sometimes they don't add sugar per se in a plant-based milk, sometimes they add essence, i.e. vanilla. Who wants vanilla in zucchini and carrots balls? Nobody, because it's horrible. So check the label, check the back of the milk carton and make sure that it's only either the nut or the beans, whatever it is, the vegetable milk that you're using, and water, and that's it. Because what is going to decide the outcome of your recipe is exactly those small details. Remember, I have mentioned the disaster that it can be to cook with bad wine. This is another example. It's something that is very little, but that sometimes we tend to overlook because like it's just milk, right? Wrong. No, it's vanilla. And especially if you add something to your recipe, it's not the case here, but especially if you add something to your recipe, something like a nutmeg or cinnamon, even if it's a savory recipe, those two, they will elevate sweet notes in the food. So if there is vanilla in a plant-based milk, all you're going to taste at the end is vanilla. Even if it's on the background of the taste, you don't want that. So always unsweetened. All right, now let's check our vegetables. They're perfect, no water, no liquid in a pot. They're almost caramelizing, perfect. Let's turn off the heat then. And now we're gonna go back to the bowl to which we have shredded the bread and added the milk. I have added here Italian herbs, garlic powder, salt and pepper. Now, some nutritional yeast. Well, actually, it's not some or a little, it's a bit of a lot, but trust me, it is important in this recipe. It's going to give that extra creaminess, cheesiness taste to it that is going to be perfect with the zucchini. Now you add any type of flour of your choice. And I'm using here whole wheat flour. Now some vegan unsweetened yogurt or vegan mayonnaise, some lemon juice, and some baking soda. Why? I always add those two together every time I'm making a fritter or meatless meatballs for two reasons. First is because when you combine an acid with the base, those two tend to react, and in this case it's going to create tiny pockets of air which will translate into crispiness when we fry or bake the meatless meatballs. So this is very important. Oh, and also it's going to complement the nutritional yeast. So it's going to increase the cheese taste to the recipe. All right, now we're going to add the zucchini and carrots and onions. They must be at room temperature, remember that. And now we're going to mix everything by using our hands. Yes, our hands. Don't be a wuss, just do it. Because our hands are our best tools, aren't they? And now we're going to cover this because I want all the flour to soak up all the liquids. Otherwise, our little tiny balls are going to disintegrate, so we don't want that. Leave it, give it some time. Give it some time, and like 5-10 minutes is enough. All right, and now we're going to make little balls the size you decide. And now something different. Instead of frying them right away, we're going to simmer them for a few minutes in water along with our umami bomb vegetable broth. Have you watched that episode? Please do and make it. It's going to be on the cards over here, this little circle here. The reason why I decided to make that, it's because, of course, because I love you, and also because Christmas and Thanksgiving is approaching. And there are several recipes to which we're going to use that. Now, I get off topic sometimes. And you guys, you talk too much. Yeah, I talk too much. If you don't like my talking, go to TikTok, okay? Once we have simmered all the little balls, now we're going to fry them. And we're going to fry them in a very special way with a vegan butter. And along with that, we're going to add 2 cloves of garlic and a sprig of thyme, fresh thyme, because we want to flavor this butter. So you're going to see that the difference is amazing. You don't need any sauce. You don't need, I mean, you can have a side of a tartare sauce like I'm having now. If you want to know the recipe for the tartare sauce, it's going to be in the description box. As always, all the ingredients and everything. Just expand the box under the video if you want to know how to make that. Get creative, you know? Add your spin to that. I mean, do whatever you want. If you want to make it into burger patties, it'll work too. If you want to get the printable recipe, go to my website. And if you subscribe to my website, which you will, you're going to get a free ebook with 10 weeknight recipes that are amazing and my favorites. And this is it. Give this video a thumbs up, share this with your friends. If you like it, share it with your enemies. If you don't like it, the important is to share, to help your dear beloved chef here. And I will see you next time. Have a wonderful week. Bye bye.